Welcome, everybody, to your Friday Drive-By. This is where Christian and I answer your questions, the questions that are burning in your mind. You're just like, hey, if I had an answer to this, I could solve the world's problems.
That one question, that one thing that will allow you to be omnipresent within the universe.
The phone number, should you have that question, is 8333-ASK-SDR, 8333-ASK-SDR. Also, when you ask a question, you're helping a lot of other people because there's probably others out there that have the question that are just scared to call in. So you're doing everybody a favor by asking a question, because if it's relevant to you, it's probably relevant to a lot of people. So don't hesitate. And if you do call in and we play your call on the show, we will send you a swag bag.
A fancy one, too.
And that's always evolving, but there's fun stuff in there.
We got new coffee cups.
We're putting those in the swag bag?
We could. Nobody knows.
No, we don't want to.
Those are
wanna keep 'em?
nice. You'll have to wait and see those.
Just the one with your name and my name on it. Give those away. Okay, let's go to this week's question.
Hi, Chris. This is Josh here from Canada. I work for a Toyota dealership, and I've been working there for about a year and 3 months or so. I'm newer to the car industry. This is my first job there. I'm 23 years old right now, and I've moved up through the dealership quite fast. I was a lot attendant for 6 or so months. I'd worked in the BDC for a little bit, helped with the shuttle coordinating too. Then I moved up into the BDC. After that, I went up to express position, and now I'm going to be moving to the main shop soon here. And I started training recently, and so I was just looking for some tips from someone who's kind of been progressing really quick and just going from writing express service stuff there, and going into the main shop now, dealing with a lot more of the diags from customers, and just how you would approach a lot of the tougher situations with customers that you don't have to deal with in express. Your opinion would be much appreciated.
Cool, Josh. Thanks for the question. I think there's a couple things that I would point out there. One is, as you kind of move up, and someday maybe you're going to be a manager. I'm not a fan of the system where you have quick lube advisors and then main shop advisors for a bunch of different reasons. But one main one is that there's really no difference. You want to connect with customers coming in, whether it's for an oil change or for something else. And the idea that they're two separate experiences because we can't logistically figure it out in the back is a huge detriment to your ability to build a clientele. And most of the time what happens is, like in your case, we have the newest people or the people that are the greenest with the least experience writing the most ROs. So you're going to go from writing 25 ROs a day down to writing 10 or something. And it would have been better for you to write 12 or 13 every day and spend time with every customer, whether it was an oil change or not, than just running them in and running them out. And I would say my advice, and Christian's probably got some good stuff to say here, but my advice is that it's all about petting the dog and slowing down and making friends in your relationship with the customers that matters way more than the vehicle or whether it's an oil change or not. So it doesn't really change to me. I'm walking up to the car. I'm curious about what the customer does, what their likes and dislikes are. The human element in it, not just the oil and rubber.
Yeah, the more he does this, the more he'll find that doesn't matter at all. So I've got two things I was going to say. The first is he had said something in his message about when you take over the main shop appointments, you have more bad eggs. And I always say that the worse the egg at the start, the more golden it is at the end. So the first thing I would do is kind of accept that really the key to your success as an advisor is how you can flip those bad eggs into the golden eggs. And the only way to do that is to fix whatever the problem is that are coming in. And then another thing I might do, it's kind of unique, but if I was transitioning into the main shop from the express side of the business, this is going to be completely crazy and a little bit off the wall, but what I would do is I would make sure that you get an okay from this first. I would absolutely still write up all of my regular customers that came and saw me for the last 6 months or 8 months or whatever on the express side. I would still write them up no matter what. Like, grab your customers that you collected and keep writing them up every time. Never turn them over to someone else. So I would try to work that into, because like Chris said, at the end of the day, the split floor is not the most ideal thing. But since you've done it already, you've probably touched more customers than almost anyone else in the dealership. So don't give those back to somebody else. It's a terrible idea. But at the end of the day, you might find that it's easier to manage 10 customers than 20.
Great stuff. Great advice. Well, thanks, Josh, and we'll see everybody next time on Service Drive Revolution.
Thanks for watching this week's Drive-By. I hope we gave you something to think about over the weekend. We're uploading new stuff every day, so make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss out. If you have a question you'd like us to answer on the show, call 8333-ASK-SDR and we'll answer your question on the show. That's 8333-ASK-SDR. For special deals on our books and training, head over to offers.chriscollinsinc.com. Now that's offers.chriscollinsinc.com. I'm Chris Collins, and I'll see you in the next video.